Hello, everyone. My name is Amin, and I'm so happy you're here today. Welcome to SEP, Slow English Podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Today's episode is special. We're going to talk about failure. Yes, failure, but not in a sad way, in an inspiring way. Because sometimes failure is the first step to success. I'm going to share 3 true stories with you. 3 people who failed many, many times, but they didn't give up. And today, they're some of the most successful people in the world. Are you ready? Let's begin. Our first story is about a woman named J.K. Rowling. Do you know her? She's the author of Harry Potter. Harry Potter is one of the most famous book series in the world. Millions of people love it. But here's the thing. Before Harry Potter became famous, J.K. Rowling was struggling. She was a single mother. She had very little money. She was depressed. She felt like a failure. But she had an idea for a book about a young wizard, a wizard named Harry Potter. She spent years writing this book. She wrote in cafes. She wrote when her baby was sleeping. Finally, the book was finished. She was so excited. But then, the rejections started. She sent her book to publishers. Publishers are companies that print and sell books. And guess what? They all said no. One publisher said no. 2 publishers said no. 5 publishers said no. 10 publishers said no. 12 times she heard the word no. 12 times someone told her, "Your book is not good enough." Can you imagine how she felt? Most people would give up after 3 or 4 rejections. But not J.K. Rowling. She kept trying. Finally, a small publisher said yes. They agreed to print her book. But they told her, "Don't expect to make much money from children's books." Well, we all know what happened next. Harry Potter became a worldwide phenomenon. J.K. Rowling became one of the richest authors in the world. But it all started with 12 rejections. 12 times she could have quit, but she didn't. Did you catch that? 12 publishers said no to Harry Potter. 12! But here's the crazy part. What if I told you someone got rejected over 1,000 times? Let's find out. Our second story is about a man named Harland Sanders. You probably know him as Colonel Sanders. He's the founder of KFC. KFC is one of the biggest fast food chains in the world. But Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC when he was young. No, he started it when he was 65 years old. 65! Most people retire at that age. They stop working. But not Colonel Sanders. He had a dream. He had a recipe for fried chicken, a special recipe with 11 herbs and spices. He thought it was delicious, and he wanted to share it with the world. So he got in his car and he started driving. He went to restaurants all over America. He would walk into a restaurant and say, "Try my chicken recipe. If you like it, let's work together." But most restaurants said no. They didn't want his recipe. They didn't believe in him. The first restaurant said no. The 10th restaurant said no. The 100th restaurant said no. Can you believe it? He kept getting rejected again and again and again. But he didn't stop. He kept driving. He kept trying. Finally, after 1,009 rejections, one restaurant said yes. 1,009. That's not a mistake. He was rejected 1,009 times before someone believed in him. And that one yes changed everything. Today, KFC has more than 25,000 restaurants in over 145 countries. Colonel Sanders became a millionaire, and it all started after 1,009 rejections. Imagine if he had given up after 1,000, or after 500, or even after 100. But he didn't. He kept going. 1,009 rejections. Can you imagine? Most people quit after 5 or 10. But our next story is different. This man lost everything before he became a legend. Our final story is about Walt Disney. Yes, the man who created Mickey Mouse and Disneyland. Today, Disney is one of the most powerful companies in the world. But Walt Disney's journey was full of failures. When Walt was young, he worked for a newspaper. He wanted to be an artist. But one day, his boss fired him. His boss told him, "You lack creativity. You have no good ideas." Can you imagine? The man who created Mickey Mouse was told he had no creativity. But Walt didn't give up. He started his own animation company. He worked hard. He created cartoons. But then something terrible happened. His company went bankrupt. Bankrupt means it lost all its money. Walt Disney lost everything. He had no money. He had no job. He felt like a failure. But he had one thing left. An idea. An idea for a character. A little mouse with big ears. A mouse named Mickey. Walt created Mickey Mouse, and he took his idea to many studios. But guess what? They all said no. They said, "A giant mouse? That's ridiculous. No one will like it." But Walt believed in Mickey. He didn't give up. Finally, one studio gave him a chance, and Mickey Mouse became an instant success. People loved Mickey. Mickey became famous around the world, and Walt Disney became a legend. He created Disneyland. He created Donald Duck, Goofy, and so many other characters. He built an empire. But it all started with failure. He was fired. He went bankrupt. He was rejected many times. But he never stopped believing in himself. So, what can we learn from these 3 stories? J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times. Colonel Sanders was rejected 1,009 times. Walt Disney was fired, went bankrupt, and was told he had no creativity. But they all kept going. They all believed in their dreams, and they all became legends. So, if you're learning English right now, and it feels hard, if you make mistakes, if you feel like giving up, remember these stories. Remember that failure is not the end. Failure is just the beginning. Keep practicing. Keep listening. Keep believing in yourself. And one day, you'll reach your goal. Thank you so much for listening today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to SEP, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep learning, keep growing. Goodbye.